Good afternoon and welcome to Wednesday Meditation with Arkansas House of Prayer. I'm the Reverend Stephanie Fox, Associate Director, and I'm just so thrilled to be here with you today. I don't know about you, but I can get really distracted really easily when I'm trying to sit and meditate. And when I first started to meditate, that was a really huge barrier and obstacle because I was like, I can't sit still that long. I can't keep my mind still. And that's actually true. My mind thinks thousands of thoughts over the course of a meditation session, and I can't really spend too much of my energy trying to control or rein those thoughts in. But it's really tempting when you're trying to sit and meditate to go down the rabbit hole and chase the thought. So a good friend of mine who's a Buddhist practitioner taught me a technique that is called mental noting, Noting. And with mental noting, what you do is when I'm meditating and I think a certain kind of thought, then instead of engaging with the thought and going down the rabbit hole, I name it. And I'm going, oh, I'm worrying. And then I just kind of let it drift away like it's, I don't know, floating on a cloud, whatever works for you. So sometimes I'll note, I'm worrying, I'm planning. And so just that, taking the moment to just acknowledge that my brain's getting itself all wound up around itself and giving myself permission to let it go and to return to my breath or to return to a sacred word in the centering prayer tradition. So I invite you to try that with me today. So please know there's no wrong way to do this prayer and meditation thing. The important thing is you just start. And if 20 minutes just seems like way too much, start for 2 minutes. Focus on your breath. And then add a minute every day or two. And then you'll have worked up to 5. After a week, you'll have worked up till 10. And before you know it, you'll be sitting for longer periods of time. For me, when I'm able to sit for longer periods of time, it blesses me. I feel like I'm more in contact with the divine, with God. It allows me to be present to holiness and to the present moment. Because my thoughts can only do one of really 2 things. They can be distracting me into the future, which is where worry is about what might happen, or they can be stuck in the past where regret is found. And so the freedom of being in the present moment, in the present breath, is that for that window, that for that period of time, I can set that aside, and that's where I experience true peace. So I invite you, with your busy mind and all the distractions that we have, especially coming up to this busy time of year and this crazy year that we've had, to join me for a few moments, for probably about, let's do 15 minutes today, of silent prayer and meditation. And so that we're not focusing on my face, I'm going to move the camera a little bit so we can just maybe focus on this plant. Some people like to close their eyes when they meditate. Some people like to focus on an object in the room, a candle or a book or a box. Really, whatever works for you. For me, there's less clutter in my mind when I close my eyes, and so that's how I enter into prayer. So I invite you into holy silence. Wherever you are, you're welcome, and we are glad that you're here. Sorry for that. Life has its little interruptions, doesn't it? So I return to the breath, return to the sacred word. And that is our cue. Thank you for joining, buddy. Thank you for joining us for meditation. Sometimes the world gets loud and interrupts us, but I appreciate you joining me and staying with me. And I hope to see you again next week. Blessings.